Xiangling is one of the premier pyro damage dealing characters for you in Genshin Impact. Today we're going to be talking about exactly what it is that you need to understand when gearing this character, as well as the best ways to utilize her. Xiangling excels at being a pyro support character, being able to stick on the battlefield only as long as necessary to throw down her constant, consistent pyro damage skills, and then swapping out to allow other characters to come in, allowing you to stack up her elemental skills with someone else's for a periodic time, doing a tremendous amount of damage in conjunction with these other characters. She's a core member of a lot of teams out there, so let's get right into it for you guys. Let's first talk about the things you need to be focusing on stat-wise when it comes down to artifacts. Early on, you're focusing on one thing in artifacts. That's going to be attack percent. Attack percent is exactly what it is that you need early on. 3-star artifacts, 4-star artifacts, before you hit rank 35, rank 40, you don't really need to particularly care all that much about what your subsets are. You just want that attack percent. If you do happen to run across, as you're leveling up, something with pyro damage on it that has some attack percent in the substat, you can use this as well. Now, the 2 set bonuses that you are looking at while leveling up, you don't really care all that much for. If you get some elemental mastery, that is going to be fine. The premier stats that you're looking for Xiangling as you are leveling up and going into the rank 35/40 territory, attack percent is an absolute fantastic stat for her. Elemental mastery is a fantastic stat for her, and pyro damage up is a fantastic stat for her. If you can get crit hit chance on there, crit hit damage in addition to that other stuff, go for it. But as you are leveling up, just focus on attack percent first, and then try to get in some extra elemental mastery, as well as some extra pyro damage for that accentuation on her flaming combos that you can do with a lot of the other characters out there. Now, the premier set that you're looking to farm for her once you hit rank 40, rank 45, endgame stuff is the Crimson Witch of Flames set. This is by far her best piece of gear artifact wise to throw on her. It increases your pyro damage by 15%. It also increases the overload and burning damage of her skills by 40%. So if you're using her in conjunction with a elemental lightning based character such as Fischl, even more damage for you there. And then most importantly, increasing the damage bonus of the 2-piece set by 50% for 10 seconds after you use her elemental skill. So this is the set at endgame for Xiangling. The skills you are going to have access to with Xiangling are going to be your Guoba attack. We know this. This is the bear that she puts down, AoE fire damage, and a cone. This sets up a lot of the combinations of stuff that you can do with her in her own kit, as well as other characters' kits. And her ultimate elemental burst here, the Pyronado, where she throws the tornado around, doing constant damage to everything around you for a set duration. Now, once you are able to level her up ascension-wise, you're going to be able to increase the flame range of your little pet bear, as well as have the bear drop a 10% attack buff item for 10 seconds once he goes away. Once you get access to increased constellations for her, this is going to definitely cement her as an elemental damage character. The first one is Crispy Outside, Tender Inside. This is going to drop the elemental resistance of enemies to pyro by 15% for 6 seconds after they're hit by your pet bear Guoba. The next one is going to be Oil Meets Fire. This is going to apply the explosion effect to the end of your combo at the end of Xiangling's single target normal attack combo, dealing AoE pyro damage as well. Another way for her to apply that fantastic fire element while she's out there. Then we have Deep Fry to increase the strength of your elemental burst. And then lastly, we have Slow Blake for the Pyronado here, which increases the duration by an additional 40%. So it's going to be out there even longer. This makes it easier for her to play that elemental support damage dealer role, where you throw Guoba out, you throw Pyronado out, and then you are free to swap in another character, allowing you to have multiple skills out there doing insane damage while Xiangling's in the back just chilling, which is one of the best things about this character. Her 5th constellation is Guoba Mad, which increases the level of Guoba. And then finally, we have Condensed Pyronado, solidifying even a further increase in damage for not only herself, but your entire team. So for the duration of Pyronado, you do 15% pyro bonus damage with all of your characters, Xiangling as well as maybe you're running a double fire team with someone like Diluc, or maybe you're a really big Amber fan and you really like Amber. Any character combination, double pyro, this benefits your team. She's going to give you 15% bonus damage as well as 15% elemental resistance decrease down on the enemy. So definitely a fantastic character to have maxed out on Constellations, but she works just fine without them. Now, weapon selection, one of her best weapons is actually going to be the Dragon's Bane. This one is not easily accessed. It is a gacha 4-star base weapon, but it is very strong for her because it has Elemental Mastery as the substat, which increases your elemental damage by a considerable amount. And then it also has the effect Bane of Flame and Water, which increases your damage against any enemies afflicted by either Hydro or Pyro by 20% extra damage. And conveniently, she is constantly applying the pyro damage effects to your enemies, giving you just that straight up 20% boost. This is definitely the weapon for the elemental focused Xiangling. However, if you are in early game and you don't have all this elemental damage stuff yet, or if that's not how you want to use your Xiangling, even though that is the best way to utilize her, elemental damage, swapping her in and out as a support damage dealer, if you want her to stick it on the field and be your main damage dealer, you could also take a look at the Prototype Grudge, which is a crafted 4-star weapon here. After using an elemental skill, increases normal and charged attack damage by 8% for 12 seconds. That's a valuable option there, as well as the Crescent Pike, which after picking up an elemental orb or particle, normal and charged attacks deal an additional 20% attack damage for 5%. These are fine early game alternatives that you can gain access to from the blacksmith if you so decide that you want to utilize her as a normal attacker slash charged attacker. It's not the best way to use her, but you can go about and utilize her in that way. Two other weapons that you could get from different sources, 3-star weapons that you can find available. The White Tassel simply increases your normal attack damage by 24%. If you don't want to craft a weapon, this is a fine alternative for you there. And then we also have the Halberd, which also have sub-stat % attack on it and increases your normal attack damage by a hefty amount, but only once every 10 seconds. So this will give you a good bit of burst, constant damage every 10 seconds. Once you have the Halberd leveled up a little bit, you have it refined. This is damage increase is going to go up even more. But both of these options pale in comparison to what we talked about, the Dragon's Bane, Elemental Mastery, Pyro damage increase. This is just an insane weapon for Xiangling. Xiangling is an amazing character you guys can get your hands on by reaching level 20, entering the Abyss, and beating stage 3.3 right now. She's a fantastic Class A endgame pyro damage dealing support character. The amount of combos and chains you can do with this character in the proper team composition is simply amazing. Pair her with a lightning elemental character, an Anemo elemental character to drop those resists even more with the Viridescent Venerer set, or even pair her with Cryo or Pyro. Take your pick. You can do a lot of things with her. She works very well with pretty much every other character in the game. She's a character well worth your investment in Genshin Impact. Hopefully this guy's answered a lot of the questions you had about Xiangling. If you want to see more stuff, right here. If you liked the video, found it informative, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.